Yeah. Can you ask me to stay? The Uber's 3 minutes away. It's idling at the gate, and I'm checking my phone, pretending that I'm late. But I'm moving in slow motion, dragging my heels on the floor, hoping you'll catch my sleeve before I hit the door. You're leaning on the counter, watching the rain start to fall, while I'm over here memorizing every picture on your wall. The harmonies stack up here, feeling thick and soulful. I don't want the night to end in a goodbye text. I'm tired of guessing what's coming up next. The engine's running, but I'm standing still, waiting for you to break the quiet with a breath. Can you ask me to stay? Just say the word, the sweetest request that I've ever heard. I don't need a reason, I don't need a plan, just need to feel the weight of your hand in my hand. Don't let the car pull away from the curb. Can you ask me to stay? Say you prefer me right here. I see it in your eyes, that little flicker of don't go, but you're playing it cool, keeping the volume low. We could order that pizza, the one with the crust you like, instead of me heading home on a lonely midnight hike. Let's trade the see you later for a glad you're still here. I'm perfectly happy staying in your atmosphere. The notification pops up saying your ride is outside, but I'm looking at you, looking for somewhere to hide. Say it once, say it twice, I won't make you ask again. I'm just waiting for the stay to finally begin. Can you ask me to stay? Just say the word, the sweetest request that I've ever heard. I don't need a reason, I don't need a plan, just need to feel the weight of your hand in my hand. Don't let the car pull away from the curb. Can you ask me to stay? Say you prefer me right here. Can you ask me to stay? I'm canceling the ride. Yeah, I'm staying tonight. Just had to hear you say it. Yeah, just 5 more minutes, maybe 10. Yeah, just 5 more minutes, maybe 10. The curtains are leaking a little bit of gold, but the air in here is better than the world out there, I'm told. You're reaching for your keys on the wooden shelf, but you're looking like you're undecided with yourself. I got the kettle on, I've got the best playlist for us. So why are you making such a gotta go kind of fuss? I know you got a busy day, I know you got a life, but I'm a fan of how you look in my oversized white. Yeah, that shirt looks better on you anyway. So won't you stay until you leave first? I'll be the best at making this staying thing work. We can hide under the covers, let the clock just spin. I don't wanna know where the real world begins. Yeah, stay until you leave first, babe. I'm not ready for the lonely kind of safe. You saw you're halfway out the door, but your shoes are still off. I see that little smirk whenever I act soft. Let's trade the traffic for a movie we've seen twice. Being unproductive with you feels pretty nice. The dust motes are dancing in the light of the hall, and I'm just waiting for you to let your jacket fall. I'm not asking for a hero, I'm not asking for a moon, just a couple more hours in this afternoon. I'm a selfish kind of lover when the coffee's this good, and I'd keep you here forever if I only could. So won't you stay until you leave first? I'll be the best at making this staying thing work, but we can hide under the covers, let the clock just spin. I don't wanna know where the real world begins. Yeah, stay until you leave first, babe. You're still here. Good, I'll go make some toast. Just 5 more minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Just 5 more minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Just 5 more minutes. It's too quiet, or maybe it's finally loud enough. Yeah. The TV's off, the hum of the fridge is gone. I'm sitting here waiting for the break of dawn. No distractions to buy, no stories to tell, just me and the echoes inside of this shell. I used to run from the sound of my own mind, afraid of the shadows I'd eventually find. But the static is clearing, the signal is strong. I've been ignoring this melody for way too long. It's honest and heavy right where it belongs. It's the only voice I hear tonight, speaking the truth in the middle of the light. No one to argue, no one to please, just this conversation bringing me to my knees. I'm learning to listen, learning to stay with the only voice that won't ever walk away. She's telling me stories of who I could be, without all the anchors of what they want to see. Vulnerable layers falling to the floor as I open the lock on this heavy blue door. It's not a soliloquy, it's not a retreat, it's the sound of a heart finally admitting defeat and winning. I don't need the validation of a like or a view, I just need the truth of what I'm going through. It's the only voice I hear tonight, speaking the truth in the middle of the light. No one to argue, no one to please, just this conversation bringing me to my knees. I'm learning to listen, learning to stay with the only voice that won't ever walk away. I'm listening now, no stop, yeah, just me. Yeah. I'm just here for the experience. Yeah, I'll take the late shift, no benefits needed. I'm showing up early, I'm staying late, just for a glance at your executive state. I'll fetch the coffee, I'll take the notes on every little thing that your spirit promotes. I haven't seen a paycheck in a month or two, but I'm invested in the vision of me and you. My resume is empty, but my heart is full. I'm caught in the gravity, caught in the pull. I'm learning the ropes of how you move. I'm just the unpaid intern of your heart, learning the science, learning the art. I don't need a title, I don't need the pay, as long as you don't send me away. Working for kisses and working for smiles, I'd walk 1,000 corporate miles. I'm filing away every look in your eyes, categorizing the ways that you act as a prize. I don't mind the grunt work, I don't mind the grind, as long as I'm the only one on your mind. And maybe someday I'll get the promotion to permanent manager of all this emotion. I ain't unionized, I ain't got no rights, but I'm loving the view on these late night shifts. I'm just the unpaid intern of your heart, learning the science, learning the art. I don't need a title, I don't need the pay, as long as you don't send me away. Working for kisses and working for smiles, I'd walk 1,000 corporate miles. Put me on the schedule, yeah, unavailable. What's the next task? Just being yours. wants a better view from here. Yeah. The gravel's crunching under my boots. I'm pulling up all the heavy roots. The city is a circuit board below, flashing the things I don't need to know. I'm leaning back against the cold brick wall, watching the satellites slowly crawl. I got a question for the silver sphere. How do you stay so bright and clear? She doesn't answer, she just glows, reflecting the light that nobody shows. I'm finding the peace that everyone owes. It's rooftop conversations with the moon, escaping the noise in my own living room. The cosmic kind of quiet, steady and deep, while the rest of the world is falling asleep. Just me and the craters, me and the light, doing just fine in the middle of the night. I look at the people in the apartments across, each with their gain and each with their loss. But from this altitude, the problems are small. The lonely is nothing compared to it all. The Milky Way's a river that I wanna swim, drowning the voices that once were so grim. I ain't gotta be a star to shine in the dark, just gotta find that one little spark. Is rooftop conversations with the moon, escaping the noise in my own living room. A cosmic kind of quiet, steady and deep, while the rest of the world is falling asleep. Just me and the craters, me and the light, doing just fine in the middle of the night. You see it all, don't you? Yeah. I'll be back tomorrow light. Distant future. It already feels like a memory. Yeah, keep the film rolling. You're leaning back in that thrift store chair with the afternoon sun tangled in your hair. I'm watching the dust motes dance in the air, and I'm memorizing everything while you're sitting there. We don't need a Polaroid or a screen to know that we're living in a classic scene. It's brand new, but it feels so old, the greatest story that's already been told. I can hear the crackle of the years to come in the quiet space where we're becoming one. Everything is vintage before it's even done. We're living in a vintage future tonight, everything filtered in the perfect light. A long play record that we haven't even pressed, the kind of forever that's past every test. Antique feelings in a modern world, watch the whole horizon slowly get unfurled. I'm looking at you and I see the white hair, the wrinkles and the stories that we're gonna share. It's like a premonition of a life well spent. Every single second was head and sun. We're collecting the moments like old school coins at the exact point where the timeline joins. Don't blink an eye, don't rush the clock. Wear the key inside the heavy lock. We're living in a vintage future tonight, everything filtered in the perfect light. A long play record that we haven't even pressed, the kind of forever that's past every test. Antique feelings in the modern world, watch the whole horizon slowly get unfurled. Just get to feeling me. Yeah.
Good.
It's more than a feeling, it's the way we stand, brick by brick. We didn't just wake up in this palace of gold with the story of forever already been told. We cleared out the rubble, we leveled the ground before we ever made a beautiful sound. It was late night blueprints and arguments too, drafting the version of me and you. It's the load-bearing promises we keep in the dark, the way your devotion has left a permanent mark. We're bolted together, we're anchored in deep. It's the architecture of us, stronger than stone, the best kind of sanctuary I've ever known. Built to withstand every wind and every rain, a house made of healing, a house made of gain. Framework of honesty, rafters of trust, the beautiful architecture of us. We don't need the glitter, we don't need the show, as long as the foundation continues to grow. Every shared secret is a support in the wall, holding us up if we happen to fall. It's structural integrity, it's vision and grace, reflected in the light on your beautiful face. Let the earth shake, let the mountains turn blue. I'm safe in the shelter that I built with you. It's the architecture of us, stronger than stone, the best kind of sanctuary I've ever known. Built to withstand every wind and every rain, a house made of healing, a house made of gain. Framework of honesty, rafters of trust, a beautiful architecture of us. Solid ground, yeah, we're home. Don't need nothing else. Solid ground, yeah. It's the architecture of us, stronger than stone. Don't need nothing else. Table for one, please, right by the window. Yeah, I'm good on my own. I used to think a vacant chair across the table was a sign that I was broken or unstable. I check my phone and stare at the door, hoping for someone to give me some more. But today I'm watching the steam curl and sway, content with the silence of a Saturday. I got nowhere to be, no one to please, just catching the drift of a light city breeze. My circle is small, but my spirit is wide. I'm not keeping anything locked up inside. I'm loving the world from the outside looking in. It's coffee for one, let love for all. I'm standing my ground and I'm standing tall. Independent heart, open door mind, on the top shelf. I smile at the strangers and hold open doors. I'm not keeping score, the mine or the yours. There's a freedom in being exactly who I am, without needing a plan or a social program. I can stay for a while, I can leave when I choose. There's nothing to win and there's nothing to lose. I'm not waiting for life to finally start. I'm already living with a whole heart. It's caught before I let love for all. I'm standing my ground and I'm standing tall. Independent heart, open door mind, leaving the heavy expectations behind. I'm complete on my own, I'm fine by myself, with a single origin piece on the top shelf. Check please, going for a walk, the sun feels good. I don't need 1,000 words, just those few syllables, yeah. Some people write epics and novels of gold, with a million secrets that have to be told. But I found the shortcut to the center of the truth. It's the sound of your breath and the smile of your youth. When a room gets crowded and the voices get high, I just speak your name to the quieting sky. It's not just a label, it's not just a tag, it's the anchor I carry in my traveler's bag. It's a declaration, it's a vow and a prayer. Your name is a sentence that I want to read, the only language that I'll ever need. It starts with a hello, ends with a home, the best kind of poetry I've ever known. It's a story of us and it's perfectly clear. I'm safe in the syntax as loud as you're here. I taste the silver on the tip of my tongue, the song of a lifetime that's already begun. Whether whispered in bed or shouted out loud, it's the only silver lining in the darkest cloud. It's punctuation at the end of the day, the best kind of thing that I could ever say. I trace the letters in the dust on the glass, a message for the people who are gonna pass. Your name in the sentence that I want to read, the only language that I'll ever need. It starts with a hello and ends with a home, the best kind of poetry I've ever known. It's a story of us and it's perfectly clear. I'm safe in the syntax as long as you're here. Say it again, but I still want you. The whole story, just two. I don't need a parade, I don't need a parade. I used to look for approval in a stranger's smile, walking the lonely mile just to stay in style. I thought a queen needed a court to stand up tall, afraid of the echoes in the empty hall. But the jewels are internal, the gold is in my veins, and I'm the only one holding on to the reins. There's a soft kind of power underneath the skin, the quietest place where the rain begins. I'm adjusting the weight, letting the healing in. It's quiet in the crown tonight, holding my own in the middle of the light. No need for the shouting, no need for the show. I'm the only ruler I need to know. A throne made of peace, solid and deep, the only kind of promise I want to keep. I look at the city from this height of mine, leaving the scramble and the noise behind. I don't need a castle with ironclad doors, I'm finding the gold on my own kitchen floors. Regal in the way I handle the pain, finally safe in my private domain. The world wants a piece, the world wants a bro, but I'm the only royalty. I'm letting it now. It's quiet in the crown tonight, holding my own in the middle of the light. No need for the shout and no need for the show. I'm the only ruler I need to know. Solid and deep. I'm with the queen, just me, quiet and perfect. Keep me right here. Coffee's getting cold on the nightstand, but I'm still tracing lines across your hand. The word is loud, but here is quiet. You're the only peace I ever wanted to find. I used to keep my heart behind a glass wall, waiting for the day I'd eventually fall. But you carved the pieces before they hit the floor. No, I don't wanna look for an open door. Shadows dancing on the ceiling, I'm drowning in this heavy feeling, but it's a weight I wanna carry, if it means I never have to leave. So don't let me go, stay right in this light. Keep me close through the shadows of the night, 'cause every breath I take feels better when you're near. Don't let me go, there's nothing left to fear. Just hold me like the world is ending. No more hiding, no pretending, baby. Don't let me go. Your heartbeat is the only rhythm I need, a steady pulse that helps me finally breathe. I've been a drifter, a ghost in the wind, but I found my home underneath your skin. No more, maybe no more, we'll see. This is the only place I'm meant to be. I used to run from the feeling of forever. Now I can't imagine a world where we aren't together. If the stars fall down and the sun turns cold, you're the only hand I ever wanna hold. Don't let me go, stay right in this light. Keep me close through the shadows of the night, 'cause every breath I take feels better when you're near. Don't let me go, there's nothing left to fear. Just hold me like the world is ending. No more hiding, no pretending, baby. Don't let me go. Don't let me go, no, don't inches off the cold metal floor, watching the earth through the reinforced door. A marble, a sapphire, and a velvet sea, feeling as small as I'm meant to be. No gravity here to pull at the heart. No, where do I finish or where do I start? Just the hiss of the oxygen, steady and slow, watching the continents silently glow. And I'm drifting, the anchor home is finally shifting. Yeah, I'm lifting to the stardust that the vacuum is sifting. It's greater comfort, quiet and deep, a promise the Milky Way wants to keep. No more must do, and no more be someone, just the silver light of a distant sun. The stars are my neighbors, the silence is home, in the middle of the dark where I finally roam. Yeah, it's the crater, and I'll see you later. Static is talking on the radio wire, but I've put out the yesterday fire. I'm writing my name in the dust on the glass, watching the satellites quietly pass. I used to fear being lost in the black, but there's no heavy baggage to hold me back. I'm a VIP in the sea of tranquility, finding the grace in my own fragility. Ground control, can you hear the peace? The gravity's on the final release. Don't call me home, I'm already there, in the middle of the light, in the middle of nowhere. It's crater comfort, quiet and deep, I promise the Milky Way wants to keep. No more must do, no more be someone, just the silver light of a distant sun. The stars are my neighbors, the silence is home, in the middle of the dark where I finally roam. Yeah, it's the crater, and I'll see you later. Just drifting, just drifting, just drifting, the sky and the stars. Just drifting, just drifting, stay in the stars. Just Dust motes dancing in a sliver of sun. Nowhere to go and nowhere to run. The sheets are a mess, but the heart is at rest. Watching you sleep is my favorite test of a life that finally feels like its own. In a quiet world that we've built and we've grown. The coffee is steaming, the volume is low, just letting the rest of the morning go. And we're drifting, the weight of the world is finally lifting. Yeah, we're shifting through the light that the curtains are sifting. It's morning light and muted chords, the kind of peace that love affords. No big production, no neon glow, just the steady rhythm of a life we know. It's the small things, the how do you feel, making the dream finally feel real. Yeah, it's the light, and we're doing just right. I used to look for the fire and the flame, but I found the magic in whispering a name in the middle of a Tuesday in the middle of the hall, catching each other before we can fall. There's a power in the plane and a grace in the us, leaving behind all the hurry and fuss. We're an acoustic ballad in a digital town, the only two people who aren't wearing a frown. Don't look at the clock, let it tick away. We got everything right here and today. The song is simple, the melody is true. The only thing missing was more of you. It's morning light and muted chords, the kind of peace that love affords. No big production on neon glow, just the small things that have you feel, making the dream finally feel real. Yeah, it's alive, and we're doing just right. No more wires, no more glowing screens, just the tall timber and the evergreens. The air is sharp, it's got a cedar bite, washing off the static of the city light. I'm building a fire with my own two hands, forgetting the pressure of the master plans. The only notification that I'm hearing now is the wind moving through the heavy bough, and it's grounding. The heavy hard drum is finally pounding. Yeah, it's sounding like a truth that the forest is finally rounding. It's pine and percussion, wood and the bone, finding the magic in being alone. No digital echo, no neon display, just the honest color of a winter day. The mountain's a teacher, the river's a song. I found the dirt where I finally belong. Yeah, it's the pine, and I'm doing just fine. My boots are muddy, but my head is clear, leaving the hurry in the rearview mirror. I'm matching my breath to the sway of the trees, finding the soul in the 30 degrees. The smoke is a signal, the moss is a bed, clearing the cobwebs from the tired head. There's a power in the silent, a grace in the cold, a story that doesn't need to be told. Strip it all back to the bark and the stone. You're never as lost as you feel alone. Let the world spin, let the wires break. This is the life that we're finally gonna make. It's pine and percussion, wood and the bone, finding the magic in being alone. No digital echo, no neon display, just the honest color of a winter day. The mountain is a teacher, the river's a song. I found the dirt where I finally belong. Yeah, it's the pine, and I'm doing just fine. Yeah, wood in the fall. Yeah, it's a good home. Yeah. Sunglasses on, leaning back in the chair, catching the solar flares in my messy hair. The sidewalk is buzzing like a low voltage wire, but I'm cooled down, I've put out the fire. Coffee square in my hand, sugar on the rim. Life's looking bright, no longer looking dim. I'm watching the shadows shrink under the feet of the people dancing to the rhythm of the street. And it's popping, the heavy heart weight is finally dropping. Yeah, it's hopping from the low-key vibes to the window shopping. It's solar flares and coffee squares today, letting the golden a beautiful technicolor ride. No more blues, no more indigo haze, just the neon spark of these sun-soaked days. Yeah, it's the flare, and I'm finally there. The crosswalk's the stage, the city's the band. I got the whole world in the palm of my hand. Not because I own it, but because I'm a part of the big beating drum in the city's heart. The fountain is splashing a diamond light spray, washing the should-bes and could-bes away. I'm the main character, I'm the extra too, just a tiny little piece of the big picture view. Don't wait for the moon to come back around. The magic is here, right on the ground. Turn up the volume, open the door. You've got exactly what you're looking for. It's solar flares and coffee squares today. Light in the golden moments fleet away. High note energy and a high, just a beautiful technicolor ride. No more blues, no more indigo haze, it's just the neon spark of these sun-soaked days. Yeah, it's the flare, and I'm finally there.